Hello and welcome back to the finishing line, proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bets, and we have replaced Tom with a more knowledgeable and better looking human being all around.
You're welcome.
In Gavin Lynch. Hello, Gavin.
Good. How are you, Dave?
I'm good.
How are you, Andrew? Tired. Tired after a golf?
Yeah, we had a game of golf. I'm very sunburned.
You're not really.
I am all here. But
You're just blushing because you're starstruck.
Yeah, we had a good game of golf. Gavin didn't want to hand in the card because me and Andrew are crap.
Excuse you.
Me more so. We did win one hole though.
Maybe we won one hole. We're playing as a team. What kind of competition?
Yeah,
do you
but
think
we scored the whole. Me and you.
It was good fun. Faith Legs, nice course.
It is.
Yeah, nice track.
It's fine here, is it?
I've played all the 3 courses down here now: Tremor and Waterford Castle. So. There's
another
one. What? Where's another one?
There's Waterford.
West Waterford. There's Waterford City. That's terrible.
Waterford Golf Club itself. And which was the best one, Gavin?
I would say, I don't know, Tremor maybe, and then Waterford Castle.
I think I'd pick Tremor too.
Would you?
Yeah, Tremor was good.
Strange people. Anyway, Gavin's here for a reason. Let's not get mistaken. He has what he considers not big news, but what every single person in the horse racing world, podcast world, tipping world, Cheltenham world, calls huge.
Stop it, yeah.
And what is it? The floor is yours.
I won't be doing Up in the Ante this year. I've done it for 5 years with Dave. Really enjoyed it. Great time.
You'd be gone well before that.
I just decided to do something different, Andrew. Yeah. So.
And what are you going to do on that now?
I've set up my own website. It went live this morning. It's not fully finished yet, but it's getting there. GavinLynchRacing.com, and it's going to do National Hunt Racing in Ireland from early November through to the end of March, and also Cheltenham as well. So. And it's going to be 6 or 7 videos a week. So it's going to be full on for the whole winter.
So anyone that's used to Up in the Ante will more or less get same kind of content, but more in depth and more pointers towards how you figure out how to win.
I suppose, yeah. There's Cheltenham. There'll be weekend preview. There'll be eye catchers of the week, and there'll also be a daily preview and tips. But more so than tips, you can get tips. There's some brilliant tipsters out there. But I'd like to get stuck into the why and the how and all the factors that go into, deciding which horse to back. In my teens and my 20s, I was a poor punter, but it took me a long time to get okay at it. And thankfully, the last 20 years have been better. So I would just like to pass on some of the knowledge. Unfortunately, I have to charge for it, but not too much. There's a lot of time and effort and money going into it. So I'm sorry that I have to charge. Sorry for that. But hopefully people will learn things from it and gain some insight about racing in Ireland. And yeah, I love National Hunt Racing, love the winter racing, so I'm looking forward to it, to be honest.
You still have the pages with all the highlighted bits?
I probably will, yeah. But I have a passion for National Hunt Racing. It shortens the bad weather in the winter when you can't play golf, so it's going to be a lot of work. And as I said, 6 videos a week is a lot, but I'm hoping it's a big challenge, but I'm looking forward to it.
Look, as you said, obviously you have to charge to cover whatever, but you're getting Gavin Lynch, you're getting his way of doing it, his insights, his why he picks this, why he picks that. It's not just like any normal tip and serve where you get a horse and morn, but there's going to be explanations. And
so for example, if say Thurles on a Thursday, right, there'll be a 5 or 10 minute video talking about the races and maybe 1 or 2 tips, whatever. I just hope people don't skip to the end and just get the tip and don't watch the middle bit, because that's the important bit for me, is to try and
try and teach people the why, and the how.
I only have a few answers, and you need to listen to lots of people. I certainly don't have them all, but just I'd love for people to get a bit more of the why. It's going to be £9 a week, and then if you sign up in October or September, October, it's not too expensive. I don't think it is. And there's a lot of content, and hopefully people find it interesting.
Sorry,
Andrew's messing around with stuff here.
I can order this out. I don't think these connected.
Yes, they did.
That one?
Yep.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Gremlins in the system as ever. Always happens here.
Yeah, so when is this? I let it all out. So when is all this starting up?
Yeah, so the website is live. It's not quite finished yet, but it's getting there. People can sign up from the 1st of September. We have to organise a few bits yet for that. Mm-hmm. And then the videos will be going out from the 8th of November. As I said, every day except Mondays, basically. a few changes around Christmas time, obviously, because it's different. And then right through to the end of March. So, we'll be hopefully giving some good value for Cheltenham and good value each day, but hopefully more with the insight, to be honest.
So you'll have someone with you, as I said, like replacing Jennings.
Dave obviously is full-time at the Racing Post, so I'll have a friend of mine maybe on a Tuesday doing the Cheltenham one, and also on Friday evenings doing the weekend preview. And the rest of them will just be me, so hopefully people don't get bored. But
perfect.
So anyway, big challenge, but I'm looking forward to it.
You have to tell some of your jokes.
Yeah, some bad dad jokes.
So again, where can everyone find this now?
So GavinLynchRacing.com. It's probably a horrible title, but just that's what it is. So yeah, check it out if you get a chance. Yeah, the schedule is there and so on. So yeah.
So I'll put the link to Gavin's website in the description. So if you want to check it out, just head down below in the description and you will find it right there. Now, on to matters more close to home. The Coast to Curragh cycle is happening this month.
Yeah, the 27th of August, Saturday the 27th. If we was as good a day as last year, it'd be fantastic. I know, Dave, you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
It was hard.
I had a great day.
Yeah, but because you didn't do anything. You were
I had a few pints, backed a few winners.
The Curragh a bit.
Cheered you home.
Bar the puncher. The puncher was a bit annoying, but Andrew's brother-in-law sorted that.
You went from my glare. You did 55k, didn't you?
55. It was hard.
Well done. Yeah.
It was hard.
Yeah.
Well done.
And then Andrew came up with a good excuse last year. You have to come up with a different one this year, Andrew.
I think this hamstring is going this year.
Oh, no,
I can feel it. I put so much pressure. I reverted to this leg because this one was injured. This one is taking a slack, and it's.
I'd say it's more like a heartstring now than a hamstring.
He's the one with the heart.
He was laughing at me because when we got into the hotel, I had to lie on the ground and put my legs up in the bed. My legs were fucked like.
Oh yeah, we ended up meeting afterwards in the Katie, and actually
nice food there actually, wasn't it?
Lovely, yeah. So last year we raised 185,000, which was way beyond our expectations. We had a brilliant day, some great personalities took part, etc. This year, we're even doing more than we did last year because the Curragh contacted me in January to say they wanted to make it a large fundraising day at the Curragh, not just the cycle. So we're also this year we've got a lunch for 180 people. We've got an auction. Thank you, Andrew. You've kindly organised 3 brilliant auction items for us for that.
I try.
So hopefully, last year we got 300 cyclists. Hopefully get more of the same. We've already just found out the other day that Tony McCoy is going to take part, which is great for us. And
is he doing the whole thing?
He can't do the whole thing because he has to go to the lunch.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to cycle, I think, maybe from Bellyastown to Navan onto Ferry House, and then a quick shower and a change, and up to the Curragh for the lunch and the auction. And also Barry Geraghty is cycling to Ferry House, so is Paul Carberry. So I think the 3 of them will come to the lunch in the Curragh. Patrick Mullins, I was chatting to him yesterday. He's going to take part. He couldn't make it last year. He was obviously devastated that he had to miss it. But this year he's around. And we're hoping Rachel Blackmore, who was a star last year. She's such a lovely lady. And if she's about, she's definitely going to take part. So please God, she's around.
Not many stars there at all, Gavin.
No, not really.
He came into the car park in Fatelik. He walks out and he's talking forever. Looks at his phone. Barry Geraghty, Paul Carberry, AP McCoy is probably there as well. Last few calls.
Well, they're actually lovely, lovely lads. They're so accommodating and so friendly, and they made a big effort last year, so they're very nice people. So if you want to take part, go to the coastocurragh.ie website. There's links there for donating, or there's a link there to sign up, etc. So have a look at that. It's a nice website, and last year was brilliant fun. And hopefully it's more the same this year, yeah?
It is. It's a great day. It's for a great cause, obviously.
How long are you doing, Andrew?
How long's the sprint finish?
You'll do 30 or 40.
I'm a cracking AP isn't doing a sprint finish because he would 100% be up the front trying to win it.
You stopped dodging the question. How long are you doing?
Damn it. How long are you doing?
George, I'll do 30k with you. I'll drag you along for 30k.
You'll do 30k. You'll do that.
Drag me along. Let's have a bet for charity right now. €50, whoever crosses the line first.
No.
See, he knows I win.
Because it's a big group of people.
He knows I win.
Hurting somebody.
It's for charity.
No. You keep dodging the question.
Just dodged it.
How long are you doing?
I told you, whatever you're doing. Whatever you're doing, I'll do.
You'll do 30 for Nace.
30.
I think we're leaving Nace at 2:15 or thereabouts.
Where's Migler? What?
Migler is 55.
Do Migler.
I'm not doing Migler again, no.
See?
My knee is injured.
You're giving out to me that I'm always injured, and you get injured once, and you want everyone to be, me knee, poor day.
So give him a break. Come on.
It's not on his legs.
I'll suffer through 30k just to see you do it. I don't care
That's easy.
how bad it makes me feel.
You'll actually be surprised. 30k, I'll still
It's
get
not
you.
easy at all. Like.
No,
It
it's
is
not,
easy.
no.
That's
It's not.
3 trunk legs.
It'd be cramped up after.
Right.
So yeah, check it out, coastcurragh.ie, all the details are there. So
I'll put that in the description below. Right, so Gavin, we have questions that have been sent in since we announced that you're coming on. Shock hard, they're all about Cheltenham and jump horses.
lovely.
First one is from Alex Ryan. He wants to know of any of the novices from last season in both the hurdles and chase division. If you had one from each division, which horse are you most looking forward to in the open company? His would be Vauban and Ahoy Senior.
Okay. Novice hurdlers going into the open class that have to be Constitution Hill, Vauban, Stateman, and say Sir Gerhard. Personally, I think the Willys horses are way underpriced. Vauban is 7-1, Stateman 7-1 for champion hurdle seems crazy. They should be much bigger than that. Constitution Hill got a huge rating of 170. Very hard to beat. The Queen of Racing, who's off 165 plus the £7.
He knows he's in Waterford now.
Yeah. So look, Constitution Hill.
Shouldn't have the road there.
It's around the corner.
You showed me a picture earlier of her coming back to training.
She's
didn't you?
big as a bull.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, she looks like she's had a few too many Christmas dinners.
Rightly so.
So I'd say Constitution Hill and the novice hurdles, but Vauban looks super harsh, so does Stateman and Sir Gerhard, but to me they should be bigger priced to take on herself and Nicky's horse. As regards novice chasing, the obvious one is Galloping de Champ. He looks a freak. His wins over fences were like 2.5 and 2.5. He's won over 3 miles already. We were just chatting earlier, but do you think he might go to the King George? I don't personally. Perhaps he'll end up in Leopardstown at Christmas, but yeah, it's very exciting to see him. He's as an exciting horse as we have going into open class for a long time. So,
Too good. You?
Galloping, definitely.
You're a believer now.
Yeah, like sure.
Welcome to.
Like Bob, I don't like Bob, and I sided with him in Cheltenham, and he won. But sure, he wouldn't have won. Like,
no.
He's still not recovered.
I wasn't a believer. I just said he didn't jump well. He didn't jump well over hurdles. He didn't. He was running through hurdles.
There's a difference between hurdle and fences.
Yeah, well, he's better over fences. And Vauban as a hurdler, just his flashes of speed last year when he done stuff wrong and didn't jump all that well. Just seems very fast.
I don't get the whole Vauban thing. Yes, he was a good 4-year-old hurdler. I'm not getting carried away with 4-year-old hurdlers until they actually do it against horses that were do it season in, season out. Like if he goes and beats Sharjah in that race at Leopardstown that he always wins.
You get carried away about
some gears now, Vauban.
You get carried away for some strange horses, and then he.
What happens? Let's see.
He looks lovely.
Hello, honeysuckle, Galloping the Champs. Shall I continue? Shall I continue before they were famous?
You claim about you found these horses. You swear you went out the back of the gym here and dug them up or something.
I found them before people liked them, and I got abused till the cows come home off certain people.
God, Bob is useless now.
I still won twice at Cheltenham, didn't he?
I was chatting to Ruby, was on a panel there last year in say February in Barberstown Castle, and I asked him the question, does he think that Galloping de Champ would definitely stay the Gold Cup trip? And at that stage he said, I think we need maybe to consider changing the tactics, that if he tries to go out and make all, would he stay or not? So he was kind of leaning the fact, I'm not saying this will happen, but that maybe they need to settle him in third or fourth perhaps to get him to stay that crazy trip of 3 mile 2 and 50 yards.
So he might need to learn to be a bit more raceable.
Yeah, so just something to consider, something to watch out for. Yeah,
Gold Cup is it's a severe distance, isn't it?
It's crazy distance.
If you look at last season's one, horses coming into it now, there's still not many front runners around that can go at that pace. If he goes off Nick's 10 lengths going at his pace, give him a breather coming down the hill and he kicks on again, you find it hard to catch him.
Yeah, like if you look at last year's Gold Cup, Plutard's the best he ever jumped at Cheltenham compared to even the novice race of the Ryanair, the first Gold Cup. Jumped better last year, but perhaps the fact that there was no major front run in the gallop wasn't too strong probably suited a Plutard. So maybe the Mullins camp might consider kicking on down the hill to get some of the speed out of him, with Galloping de Champ. So
I don't think you'll have any issue whatsoever. So even
in staying the trip.
Yeah. Like if you look at the Turners, obviously he fell. Look how far in front he was, and he was only getting going. I think we have not seen him go through his gears yet.
And there were 40 here at Bustleton and
Elbara,
yeah.
I think he's a freak. Absolute freak. Right,
Yeah.
move on to the next one.
You'd have him ahead of a Henry horse. That's saying a lot for you.
I'm not the Henry fanboy anymore, Thomas.
Oh.
You cannot say a bad thing about a Henry the Bromhead
You
horse.
still are a little bit, to be fair.
No, the good horses. I'm wary now with some of the below average ones. They're in and out more in the wash than.
Okay.
Let's not get into that now. Right, next one is from Shane Sweeney. Any strong views on Champ Kiley / no risk, no fun? Champ Kiley won a maiden at
Just in terms of Cheltenham.
Just what you think of him?
Yeah, nice horses, but I mean, no risk, no fun is not winning at Cheltenham. Champ Kiley might end up with 12-1 shot on the Bartlett, maybe, but no. So summer farm is summer farm, so I wouldn't be getting too excited yet. No.
Well, that's two of them in the bin. Not Cheltenham related, but National Hunt related. Does Gavin think Allaho will go for the King George? And if not, who of Willie's does he think will go?
Will Allaho go for the King George? The race would appear to suit him perfect. He's won at 3 miles. The flat track, fast track, he'd be out in front. The one question I'd have is Willie's gallops October, November, December. If we have a dry winter, is Allaho going to be fit enough? And is Willie going to, the horrible expression, going to his head at that stage of the season? Like, he'd like to go and win a John Durkin or run a John Durkin again if he was going to go to King George. But you just don't know. If it's a soft winter, I'd say he will. And if it's a dry winter, I'd say he might not.
Yeah, I think, all things considered, if they do get the wet summer they want, I think he's tailor-made for a King George. Yeah. I can't see him bring Galpin over. His form at Leopardstown is quite good. Allaho going that way around is good as well. 3 miles on a track like that, I think it'll suit him down to the ground.
You see, if he puts Allaho on a King George, that wouldn't worry Willie, because then he'll just give him a break, come back to Thurles and win the Ryanair then.
Yeah.
Whereas to send Gallopin to Kempton with the biggest race of the season is the Gold Cup, so I just can't see him doing that maybe. But
I don't either. I agree. Totally. Right, moving on to Paul S. Which, if any, of last season's staying novice hurdlers would have a chance in the stairs? I appreciate that Flooring Porter will be extremely hard to beat, and was thinking specifically of Blazing Cal, who I think would have a chance.
I backed actually Blazing Cal for the Bartlett last year, but he got injured. I'd imagine Blazing Cal will go chasing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Dave?
I think Charles Burns will send Blazing Cal chasing. Yeah, he would be my pick for the Monkfish race. Whatever it's called now, Brown's Anniversaries or whatever. That's the one.
But he won the Bartlett actually with Weapons Amnesty, and he went chasing. So maybe. As regards staying novice hurdlers going for a stairs hurdle, look at 95% of them go chasing. That's what they're bought for. The pointers, etc. The bumper winners, they all go chasing. So I can't see any of them. The nice guy, he'll probably go chasing. Manila Cocooner, etc. So I think actually Flooring Porter at 6-1, like, to have him at 6-1 and to have Boban and Stateman at 7-1, that's crazy. 6-1 and Flooring Porter is very, very fair, isn't it? Yeah. He's got a solo twice, but he might get a solo again.
As you said there about the prices with Vaban and Stateman, when you consider they're 7-1 to beat Honeysuckle and Constitution Hill. 2
superstars.
Yeah. And you have Flooring Porter, who's a back-to-back winner of the stairs, and you're getting him at 6.
6-1 to beat himself.
Yeah. Do you know what? He could actually do it.
He's funny.
I love him. He's mad, but his stats ever since he went left-handed and made the running, sure, he's a super horse.
He is mad.
I remember backing him in handicaps off 120 and stuff in Gorham Park. And
I backed him that day, and
he didn't win. And
what's going on?
What was the first race he won? Was it Nacer and Avon? And he bolted up, and then he went to the Christmas hurdle at Leopardstown and bolted up again.
He won a handicap in Avon, and then he won a Christmas, and people all thought.
And he still went off 12-1 that year at Cheltenham. Then
he's a good horse.
Right, next one from Stephen Ferns. Do you think Facile Vega will go to the Supreme or Ballymore? And American Mike, does he go to the Ballymore or Albert Bartlett?
I'd say American Mike will definitely go for the Ballymore. I don't think he'd go for a Bartlett. I'd say Gordon has had very, very little luck with the Bartlett. And again, this year with Ginto is very, very sad. So I'd imagine if Gordon has a top-class horse, he won't be going to a Bartlett with him. Facile Vega probably go for the Supreme, but I mean, it's a long time between now and Christmas. Willie could unearth 5 or 6 superstars yet. You just don't know.
Easily.
I'd say Facile Vega would stay 2 mile 5, but it depends. The biggest danger to Facile Vega in the Supreme is Willie Mullins.
Yeah. If you
With
owned
another horse.
If you owned him, where would you put
Goes
him?
to the Supreme. Oh,
Sure.
say Supreme.
I'd say Supreme,
Thanks.
yeah.
Would you?
But I'd say Willie is
It's
kind
very
of
fast.
he's a man
I
of
know
habit.
he is. But I'd send him. I'd send him Ballymore.
You're just doing that to annoy me.
I'm not. I'd send him to the Ballymore. I'd send Redemption Day
I
to the
don't
Supreme.
get this Redemption Day thing at all.
I'm gonna cracker punch down.
He was a length behind Facile Vega, and going into
Patrick always
Christmas.
said there wasn't much between them, didn't he?
Before Christmas, they couldn't split
He
him.
definitely tells the truth all the time as well.
He does, yeah. He's going on the cycle. He's a nice fella.
Yeah,
he tells the
shut
truth.
up, will you? Jesus Christ.
But Willie's a creature of habit, and if they keep winning over 2 mile, he generally keeps them to that.
Mhm.
So,
Didn't do that with Sir Gerhard.
no.
That's because he's just a nutcase.
I think American Mike goes for the Ballymore as well. Generally, Gordo, big Gordo,
Your best friend
friend of the
loves
show,
Big Gordo.
sends his good horses to the Ballymore. Sam Crow, Envoy.
Good horses.
but
Sacro Envoy.
They were good
They
novice
won.
hurdlers. They won.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason he sent Ginto to the Albert
Oh, he
Bartlett
was
last
going to
year
bolt up.
is because Willie swapped around the novices and sent Sir Gerhard to the Ballymore, and the Bartlett looked the easier race. And I don't know if Ginto was going to bolt up, but he was travelling very well when he unfortunately
I
got
think he was
injured.
roughly, I could be wrong, but I think he was around even money at the time. So the winner won by 4, 5, 6 lengths.
Yeah,
But
the winner
it's hard
was
to know.
good.
It's hard to know.
Yeah, he would have been in the top 3 anyway.
First or second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second, maybe, yeah.
Right, next one is from Patrick Smith. What price would you want for Willie Mullins to reach 100 Cheltenham Festival winners in March? He currently has 88. I personally think he might get 12 this year.
12.
Next year, should I say.
So he got 10. Gallopin Champ would have won. And Brandy Love or what do you call them?
Allegory Devassi.
Allegory Devassi. I think one of those two would have won the Mayor's Hurdle. They
Mhm.
finished in a heap. So he could have actually got 12 this year. I don't know. Would you want 5 to 1, would you?
Easily, if not more. Like 12 is a lot of winners.
That's
I know
a lot,
it's Willie
yeah.
Mullins, but
Was 10 a record? It was.
did he not get 11 one year?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I think 10 was the record. But like you go through the races and like you would generally have a
He'll
good,
have the favour for the Supreme. He
you would
always
have a
has
good
favour
chance
for
in
the Supreme.
15 of them probably.
He could have 15 favourites, yeah. But like 12 out of 15 favourites
Yeah.
would win. But he'll win with a few
I
outside.
think last year it might have been a kind of phenomenon because you take State Man. He would 100% would have went to the Supreme if he didn't fall
Yeah.
mid-season. So he was a handicap lot straight away.
Yeah.
Now, don't forget, there's 4 handicap chases at Cheltenham, and Willie has never won a handicap chase
Yeah.
at Cheltenham. So you're trying to get 12 out of 24, which is 50%.
Yeah.
And he probably mightn't have won in the cross country, so it's even more than 50% he'd need to win. So
But
you definitely want at least 5 to 1.
The mayor's, I suppose the mayor's races, like generally the Willie would be at the head of the betting for the mayor's races.
The three of them,
all
yeah.
3 of them really,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And there's a chance he could send one of the mayors, the hurdlers right now, Jason, to the mayor's chase. Like
I'd say
Albert
Devassi
Fassi
might-
or...
She's a fine big mare. I'd say she might go chasing.
He hasn't won the mayor's hurdle the last 2 years either, so
No.
I would suspect he would want to win that again.
And Brandy Loves she looks above average on the back
Oh,
for a
yeah,
win.
going left-handed
Yeah.
should be much better, yeah.
Mayor's novice, sure, Dino Blue went off favourite that day and just
That thing's just
ran too
unmaceable.
fast. So
Next one from Matthew Curry. Will Gallopin the Champ go for the Gold Cup? And will he win if he does?
I'd say he'll go for it. Why wouldn't he? Sure, Willie has Enagramine for the champion chase. He's got Allaho for the Ryanair again for 3 in a row. So, yeah. He looks a freak. Will he stay 3 mile 2?
trying to dodge the question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
himself and a Plutard are standouts.
Will he win?
Yes or no?
A
Should be
plus.
favourites, yeah.
It's, a
He's
politics.
still-
It's like Tom. We replaced Tom, but yeah, he's answering like Tom.
You can't just say yes or no. Things aren't just yes and no's. But
It's the
he's
more
a
tan
massive-
version of Tom.
See,
He's a massive.
this is
champion.
what he's selling on Gavin Lynch Racing. It's not just a yes and no. Here's the reason why.
A more tanned, less bald version of Tom.
Yeah.
What
You've
do you
two.
think?
Me.
Gallopin or a Plutard?
Oh,
or something
Gallopin.
else?
Gallopin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if he goes for the Gold Cup, he'd be the one I'd be siding with.
Galloping on the
And,
bridle by 6 lengths.
I think some of the novices are good. Andrew was, when we were having food there, was talking about a high senior. He's a bit crazy, but I always liked him last year. I think it's very good horses in the Gold Cup. At this time of the year, every year, it seems like it's going to be good, but
Yes.
some of them will drop away.
You just hope that, it could be a brilliant champion hurdle, it could be a brilliant Gold Cup. You just hope they all get there, to be honest.
Mm.
Because in the last number of years, we've had these supposed great battles and just don't quite happen
Yeah.
all the time.
Like even when we did Shiskin and Energamine,
Yeah.
that was over after 2 fences.
You don't know what's going to happen with horses getting injured or missing the seasons and all that as well. When we seen Allaho win the Punchestown Gold Cup, I'd love to see him in the Gold Cup.
He won't go
He
there.
more than likely will go and try to break the record of winning 3 Ryanaires.
Especially with the same owners having a Plutarch.
Unless something happens to that Plutarch.
Yeah. I do think he will stay now, though. He's more raceable than he was.
He's one I don't think will stay. I think the extra 2.
Am I right in saying he's turning 10? I could be wrong there. A Plutarch, I think, is turning 9. So just keep the age thing in mind.
Don't like old people?
No. Too old, like me, no.
Right, too.
Like all of us.
You have 2 questions.
Bad knees and all. Kubo wants to know what to do with Envoy Allen. Back over hurdles, or what do you do with him?
I don't know. There's no solution, I don't think.
Cross country.
Kubo is a massive fan of Envoy Allen, and you were a massive fan as well.
I was. He was a brilliant racehorse.
He called himself. He had his nickname.
I just think that as Austin Powers, I think that train has sailed.
Kubo will be devastated.
He's not. I can't see him winning a Grade 1 again. The Grade 1 he won at Christmas. Battle over Diane, I think it's run 6 or 7 times since and hasn't won. So it was a poor race. It was only a Grade 1 in name. Can you see Envoy Allen win again? A Grade 1 again, I can't.
I find it hard to see him winning a Grade race again.
I wanted him to be great last year. I wanted him to have redemption from what happened to Cheltenham, but he looks gone.
He seems too far gone now to come back.
I've said all last season, send him back to Gordo. They won't though.
No, they won't. And I just hope the same doesn't happen to Bob Ollinger. And it's amazing, like you can have a brilliant racehorse, and it's very hard to be brilliant at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to keep it going for that long. It's very difficult.
I'd give him another chance. Look, obviously, I really like Bob. I'd write off what happened to Punchestown because of Cheltenham. He was legless at Cheltenham, even winning. That Galloping the Champ took him out of his comfort zone at the top of the hill. And I think that's what we're dealing with Galloping the Champ. He can do it at the horses. But I keep him as far away as his fence as you can ever get him.
Do you know it would be an amazing race if it's not going to happen? But if you had Allaho and Gallopin taking each other on in the Ryanair.
Oh, that'd be some spectacle.
It won't happen.
That would be unreal.
It'd be an amazing race.
You could sell Cheltenham on that.
You could, yeah.
It'd be like Corto and Denman back in the day.
It would be great to see Envoy come back. I personally would love to see him back Gordo. I think it'd be a good story for racing with Gordo come back after the ban.
They'll never go
Envoy, they won't. But imagine if Envoy got sent back there, back to the routine he was in Gordon's. That's not like Henry's not a bad trainer, but obviously whatever they're doing out there doesn't suit the horse. Imagine he went back to Gordon's and then end up winning then.
Do you think it's
stories like somebody in your gym going to a different gym? It just wouldn't work.
Yeah, true.
Do you think it's down to that? Him moving?
Nobody knows. You don't know what's going on in the horse's head. Did he miss the girl that always minded him? Did he miss the routine? Did he miss? I don't know.
I said last year he missed Tiger Rose.
But like horses like Sam Crow have fallen off the face.
Yeah.
It just can happen.
Yeah.
You could have very, very good novices. That's again why I'm not getting carried away with Constitution Hill.
Happened very quickly with Sam Crow too, didn't it? Just bang, gone.
Yeah.
They could put a lot more into their novice season than we thought. They could have got hurt. They're not stupid creatures to remember how they got hurt, and they mightn't go through that pain barrier again.
Yeah. The last one that I had was from Phil Gray, and he wanted to know, was there any couple of pointers, 2 or 3, on picking out novice hurdlers as you're going through the season with a view to Cheltenham?
Head over to Gavin Lynch racing in October and you'll find out.
Other than, say, the obvious, like watching races, but is there anything you use for picking out novice hurdlers?
I think it's very important, especially in the better races. I think times are very, very important. You have to be very careful at the start of races. Sometimes they walk in and sometimes the times can get distorted. You might think it's a slow time, but if they walk to the first furlong, it actually could be a fast time. What's a good one is line to line, from the line plus the last circuit. Or another good one might be, say, the third last or the fourth last or second last, just as a comparison. I remember Appreciated. Now, he didn't end up winning the Cheltenham bumper, but I use this example the other time, is that he won a 2.5 mile bumper at Christmas. And he ran the same day as Abracadabras won the Grade 1 2 mile novice hurdle. And from the second last of the line, Appreciated was quicker, even though he'd won a 2.5 mile bumper. So people might have thought because he ran a 2.5 mile bumper, he was slow, but it turned out that he wasn't slow. Now, he finished second in the champion bumper, but he was a good horse, And
beaten by a good horse as well.
In fairness, yeah. So certainly times is a huge aspect. The trainer's obviously important. You see how many races that, Willie and Gordon and say Nicky win. It's very, very important over fences that they jump really, really well. What was very interesting last year in the 2 mile novice chase division is that a lot of them were very free over hurdles. And it's something that I'm going to keep an eye on over the next couple of years, that if you get a horse that's too keen over hurdles, they can sometimes be a really good, say, 2 mile chaser.
Yeah.
And not just that they'll, go a good clip, etc., but it seems like they're brave and they want to
attack the fences,
because they're half mad and they love
mental.
Do you know what I mean?
A horse that pops into my mind right now that could go chase him, Manila Kukona.
Or even Dysart Dynamo.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, but it'll be very interesting to see that if these mad horses, maybe they love the idea of jumping a fence because they're just mad enough to do it. A placid horse might be as good over.
I suppose they have less fear, like you said, and they just go. Fernie is a prime example. He's too keen, really, until they started dropping him out, and then like last year before he got injured, he was just balls to the wall.
Yeah.
He'll never be the same again.
You said it loads of times. Those horses that run too keen generally get injured.
They put way too much effort into it.
Way too much effort.
They overexert themselves. They overexert their muscles. Their giants.
Too hard on themselves.
That's why you see the likes of
Bar under so. He's about the only one.
The Iron Horse. He's a
brilliant horse. Yeah.
Right. I think that is us done. Is there anything else before you go, Gavin?
I was going to give you a wee tip.
Oh yes, I forgot about that. I have to write it down now.
It's 20 to 1 a place, 16 to 1 generally. I think Frontal Assault has to have a good chance in the National Hunt Chase. The 3 mile 6 as it is now used to be the 4 miler. Won a grade 3 over hurdles. It ran 3 times over fences. I backed it to win the Kimure because it was an eye catcher twice, a Punchtown and a Fairy House, not so much in Navan. And it ended up pulling up. I think it went offering 6 or 7 to 1 to the Kimure. I'd say it was probably too hard for its first handicap, was inexperienced. Came back to the Irish National, finished second over the 3 mile 5, 3 mile 6 in Fairy House. And the horse that was third in it, Gallard de Menil, he'd have a massive chance in the National Hunt Chase because he was giving him £15 in Fairy House. He was 2 1/4 lengths behind him. But I just think Frontal Assault, he's off 142 now. I could see him going well in a Kerry National, in a Tri-Town, in a Paddy Power Handicap Chase at Christmas. He's not good enough to win a graded chase at Cheltenham. But Gordon likes to target the National Hunt Chase. He's a similar profile to the one that was second in it last year.
Run Wild Fred.
I was going to say right side Fred.
Close.
Run Wild Fred. I think by that stage he'd be off 150 odd. Look, he mightn't beat Gallard de Menil. He's 7 to 1, but I think 16s and 20s in Frontal Assault for a race. If he goes there, ridden by Jamie Codd for Gordon, I could see him being 5 or 6 to 1 in the days. Frontal
Assault, it'll be currently 12-10 to 1 in about 3 hours' time.
Probably, yeah.
Make it stuff again.
Right, so that is us done. Gavin, thanks for coming down.
Pleasure.
For the
Thanks
day.
for the game of golf.
Again,
it was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. Lovely day. We all got sunburned.
We did, and
I can feel it now.
Can you?
Just you're kind of hot and bothered.
You're always hot and bothered, though. That's the thing. But anyway, I will have all Gavin's links in the description below. So again, Gavin Lynch Racing .com, I want to say.
Yeah, .com.
Yeah. .com.
Coast to Curragh.
Coast to Curragh, which is happening this month. All the links for there to sign up, and GoFundMe page will be in the link in the description below.
30k.
Easy. But again, thanks to Gavin for coming down. We are back on, I want to say Sunday, but we really want to talk about the Shargar Cup quiz. We'll come up with something.
I was going to do something, actually. No, I'm not here. I can get an operation on Monday.
Thank God.
So not here. So you'll have to do a quiz on your own. Thanks, Gavin.
I'll be doing a quiz on my own.
Tom can do it.
I'll do a quiz. Tom can answer it.
Yeah.
I'll be doing something. Anyway, keep an eye on all social media and pages, and we will have up what we're doing on Sunday. Again, all the stuff for Gavin Lynch Racing will be on the description below as well with Coast to Curragh. So again, until Sunday.